I do think I'm in a place now where I'm a little bit more confident that I can be willing to share openly my thoughts and what I've been through, because I haven't really had that outlet to share completely openly for so long, just scared of judgments, thoughts of other people and what they think or what they may say. And I think it's crucial for my heart and my head to be able to speak openly about it as if anyone else would. Well, the actual conservatorship actually started, I think, 15 to 16 years ago. I was 25 when it started. I was extremely young. I remember a lot of my friends texting me and calling me, and we were extremely close, and they wanted to see me, but by what had happened, honestly, still to this day, don't know what really I did, but the punishment of my father, I wasn't able to, see anyone or like anything. And you have to imagine none of
Gentlemen, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Brandon, I'll start with you because you're nearest to me on the screen right now. What's your take? I think I know the answer, but maybe you can flesh out your position of whether or not LGBT is a part of Christianity, and if that identity is condemned by Christianity, or if it is actually a constitutive part of it.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I would take the stance that the Bible does not condemn loving consensual same-sex relationships in any of the passages that are traditionally used against LGBT people. And LGBT people have always been a part of the Christian church, and today are leading the Christian church. I lead a church. Others on this panel lead in churches. So it's quite clear that LGBT people are a part of the Christian church.
Okay. So there are plenty of verses that one typically cites against homosexuality. Probably the most obvious one is Genesis chapter 19, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Start, with some even saying that the veteran fashion house should stick to perfume, Gabrielle was able to prove the naysayers wrong by releasing 2 new products that would eventually become Chanel staples. The 255 handbag, also known as the classic flat bag, was first created by Gabrielle in the 1920s, before updating the design in 1955. The 255 was the first luxury bag for women to come with a shoulder strap, as earlier clutches needed to be carried by hand. And the purse also came with several pockets with specific functions like holding lipstick or money. Although these seem like obvious inclusions today, at the time they were groundbreaking innovations, and by offering women a hands-free option that was functional and fashionable, it was a rousing success that effectively transformed the way all women's bags were designed from that point onward. Unlike most creatives, Gabrielle was flattered by the idea that others wanted to copy her designs, once saying, quote, "Being plagiarized is the greatest compliment one can receive."
Why does the Earth not fall into the sun?
The sun is huge, and the Earth doesn't fall into the sun because the gravitational pull is making it circle the block, but not careen into the sun. And I don't know why it hasn't yet, but I'm glad it hasn't. But it's gravity in orbit is my answer, sir. You can't correct me.
Explain the thought experiment known as Schrodinger's cat.
There was a German scientist named Schrödinger. He had a cat, and the cat jumped off a bookshelf. Schrödinger noticed the speed that the cat jumped off, and he came up with an equation based on that, which became known as Schrödinger's cat. Schrödinger's cat. Next question, please.
What is entropy?
I should know this. This is in Physics 1.
Well, I think it'd actually be better for you to respond to that because you've received it and you're no longer of that. Here's the true but more provocative answer, that your identity should not be in your sexual proclivity. It should actually be, your identity is much greater than just what you do in the bedroom. Being gay is a behavior more than anything else. And you, I guess, are evidence, and I'd love to hear your story, that you could stop acting on that behavior. So tell the audience more about, you would identify as gay and as not. Tell us about that path and that journey, because I'm told that can never happen.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people tell me that you are what you feel. You are your attractions. You're quote unquote born with it. There's just many reasons why you have same-sex attraction that will never leave you, and that is who you will always be. And I believe that lie for almost 10 plus years of my life. I slept with men many times, watched a lot of porn, dwelt in a lot of sexual sin, and
because she'd been doing, Mickey Mouse Club and doing all kind of Broadway and stuff like that for so many years, but she never really took off, so she was obviously, had already signed with Jive and was working on an album, but we'd already been down that road several times. So I didn't really know if it was going to take off. And then actually one day I was going down Main Street and they were like, the local radio station was like, "Oh, check out this girl from Kentwood." And her song came on. And I was just, it was kind of shocking.
When did you know? When was the first moment you know she was megastar? I mean, it's safe to say at one point she was probably the biggest star in the world, certainly. And when was that moment? And because that's, yeah, I mean, being in a Mickey Mouse Club is that's cool, and it's more than most people will ever do. But I mean, she was like, you know, that's it. It was king of the planet in that world. When was that? When did you know that that's what had happened?
Well, we kept waiting for it to.
Osbourne told her best friend Holly she'd caught a keeper.
Just like, I think he's the one I really want to give a chance.
She was talking about Air Force veteran Jerry Osbourne. From the day the two met, Holly says Susan was head over heels.
I remember her sending me pictures of texts, and she goes, "This is the guy I'm really, really liking right now."
Jerry was the first man Susan dated after her divorce from Evan's father. The following year, they were married.
I don't believe he ever had a family before, so to him, this was his family.
Susan's mom, Linda Anklim, lived in Texas and only met her son-in-law a few times, but she says he seemed to be a great fit for her daughter and grandson.
He was very protective of them. He wanted Susie to look nice. He didn't mind buying her.
No, not one time. When him and I started hanging out, like, okay, let's just put it this way. When him and I ever started, like, hooking up or, like, anything of that sort, he was not ever in a relationship, ever, at any point. I would never, it's not my character to mess with someone's relationship. I would just never do that. I was raised better than that. I'm not interested in doing that, and I never was. I think that there are situations where you can still kind of have, like, back and forth with someone, but even that was not the situation. Like, I can say, period, point blank, I was never with him when he was in a relationship with anybody.
Which is perhaps the biggest city people would recognize. But yeah, so I'm in Canada right now, British Columbia, and we love it here. We love the mountains and we love the weather here.
I love it. And how many kids do you have?
We have 3 kids. I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. And well, she's not quite 8, she's actually 7, but she'll turn 8 in a couple of weeks. So we're preparing for baptism and she's super excited. And I can't believe, everybody says that, right? Time flies, blah, blah, blah. But it's so true. I can't believe 4 years ago, she was asking me to practice with her how to get baptized because she wanted to get baptized when she turned 8 and she was only like 4, and we were already practicing how to do her baptism and all of that. And I can believe it's already happening in a couple of weeks. So super excited about that.
I can relate. I have a 7, almost 8-year-old, and it's so true. Time flies so fast, and
crazy.
Yeah, so I get it.
Go to the village, whatever you need.
We had a nice sushi lunch the last time.
We did. We did.
A little suspect, but
stop it. It was good.
It was
Don't
good.
be such. I just said I hadn't been there a long time because I don't really go to lunch. I usually bring a Trader Joe's salad, which is also right across the street. Let's talk about the Britney Spears book. It's out October 24th. Wow. I mean, there's so much stuff. There's so many stories that have been leaked.
oh my God, she must have taken forever to write this herself.
She said you wrote. Listen, I had a conversation with Cade Hudson.
Cade Hudson?
Cade.
Who's Cade?
He is a man, and he is her manager. And I talked to him at Craig's about a month ago, and he told me this book, the pre-orders were up to, like, I want to say, and I'm just going to say, I can't verify this complete memory, but I want to say the pre-orders were up to 9 million. That's what he told me.